welcome or welcome back. This is Talk Your Shit with Deja, where we drop the I because not only can I talk my shit, but I want you to talk your shit too. Hey. So, y'all, guess what? We in them double digits, baby. Week 10. I feel like I'm showing out a little bit. 10 weeks. Back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like, y'all, this experience has been like really fun and everything, and it's really cool to be in double digits. Imagine when I get to triple digits, but I got like a whole bunch more, like 90 more episodes before that. But we in double digits, so I'm gonna take that win as it is. So yeah, double digits week 10. And as you all know, this is going to be a continuation of last week. And if you don't know what last week was, go listen to it or go watch it. Because why don't you know? Get caught up. I like that. And if you want to be extra special, go to episode number 1 and watch from there. And go to 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then this one. But that's just being a little extra. I mean, if you want to be a great citizen or whatever, definitely go back and start from the beginning and catch up. But yeah, so this is going to be a continuation from last week, which was love languages, where I basically went through the quiz with you all and I showed you all my results and kind of like was able to like show you what some of those questions would look like if you actually went to the website and did the quiz yourself. But went through it with you all and let you into what my stuff is. I'm trying to give my husband a little hint or whatever. So if you watching, just a little hint or whatever, but I don't know. But but yeah, so I'm gonna post my results like right here. If you all remember from last week, or if you have not watched or listened to last week, I'm gonna go over my results again. Just so you all can see. Well, one, if you're on YouTube, you'll see it, but you can hear me say my results again. So at the top of my list was quality time. And if you want to laugh and have some good times, go back and listen to me pick quality. Like literally every answer that has something to do with the person being in front of me, I basically chose it. So go back and watch it and have a good laugh. But quality time is at the top of my list at 37%. And then I have the 3 in the middle. They actually tied, which was surprising, but it kind of makes sense because they usually always are kind of close in percentage wise. So the 3 in the middle are words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service. Those 3 are 17% for me. And then lastly, which is the one where I like care about it, but I don't like at all, is receiving gifts. But it received a 13%, so I guess I care about it a little bit. But again, go look at last week so you can see me talk a little bit about, if you know, you know. But yeah, so today I wanted to kind of go through my top and my bottom, and I really love that the way that it panned out, because I wanted to kind of figure out how I was going to be able to go into each category without trying to make it into its own episode, because I didn't want to drag it out more than it needed to be, because everybody talks about love languages. So I just wanted to figure out how could I talk about it. But then I was like, oh, I have 3 that tied. So next week we're going to be going over the 3 that tied. And then today I'm going to be talking about the highest and the lowest. So I'm going to be talking about quality time and then receiving gifts. So first, gotta start out with my favorite, which is quality time. We love some quality time, baby, because they need to be in front of me. They need to be in front of me. in my presence is the best place to be. It makes me happy. But okay, so the way that quality time was explained on the website, once you take the quiz, it gives like little summaries of each, what is it, each love language that you can read through, kind of like describing what it is. But then, like, with how I want to do these episodes, is I actually found like little websites that actually take these a little deeper. Because, you know, like I said, we like to go deep around here. And, you know, we don't want to just stay at the surface level. We want to go deep and give people different ways in which they can actually do these things, you know? So, from off of the website, the little summary or whatever for quality time says, in quality time, nothing says I love you like full undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, and all chores and tasks on standby makes you feel truly special and loved. Distractions, postponed activities, or the failure to listen can be especially hurtful. Whether it's spending uninterrupted time talking with someone else or doing activities together, you deepen your connection with others through sharing time. So, I personally agree. And honestly, we really don't even have to always turn off the TV or put the forks and stuff down. Like, mostly, I really just like being in the presence. Now, I will say that it does have to be quality. So, the way in which that we're going to define quality, I found this great website that's going to be able to explain quality, because to just be in each other's presence is cool if you get to do that on a regular basis. But because we're adults, you're not able to really get people's time like that. So it's like, when I get your time, I need that shit to be quality. You know, shout out to, what is it? What the baby name is? The Hydrated Hero and his wife, EC. Shout out to them. The quality. I need quality time. But yeah, so I'll post the website, you know, like I always do in the video, um, to where you can actually go read through this if you want to, or, you know, I'm passing along the information, so you ain't even got to go read the website if you don't want to, but you got to quote if I learned anything from school, you got to quote your resources. So I'm going to put the website just so they don't think I'm trying to bite off of them or whatever, but so, how do we make quality time deeper? You know, outside of just, you know, being in each other's presence or turning off the TV or, you know, putting the fork and stuff down, how do we make it deeper so that it's that quality? So, one of the ways in which you can do that is by making eye contact. Eye contact is one of those things that, if you can do it, and if you can't, I understand, because eye contact can be quite intimidating sometimes, especially depending on who you're doing it with. It can be a little awkward sometimes. I'd say, like, do eye contact when you are comfortable, because it will seem weird if you're not comfortable. Like, it's intimidating sometimes to just stare at people in their eyes, because they say the eyes is the key to the soul. So when you look inside somebody's eyes, you could see something great or you could see something bad, and it could be great or it can be intimidating. So I'd say make eye contact when you feel comfortable. But when you do, if it's with the right person, I mean, definitely with family and stuff, you can do this, but say it's with your significant other, baby, that eye contact, oh, it hits different. It really do. Like, it's really one of those things that deepens intimacy. Like, I've seen like different shows or different things where the married couple would do like an exercise, or the relationship people, the people in the couple would do exercise to where they say nothing but just stare at each other. And you would wonder why they would do that, because you're not saying anything. So at first, they say that it's weird to start off just staring at each other, but as you continue to just stare, like the emotions start to go deeper. Like you start considering that other person. Like, I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder, if you start thinking about all these other things about your partner. So it's like that eye contact, if done appropriately, it can definitely make it intimate. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. But again, do it when you're comfortable because it can be intimidating. So next is another way to deepen quality time is use active listening skills. Meaning, LOL. Let me read. Okay, it says active listening is one of the most loving things you can do for your partner. But for many people, this doesn't come naturally. Instead, most people think about their own thoughts and opinions more than they think about their partners. When quality time people are talking, try the following active listening skills. Focus on what they are saying, lean in slightly, affirm what they are saying, ask thoughtful questions, avoid trying to offer advice unless they ask for it. Try putting yourself in their shoes or thinking about how you might feel in the same situation. So for me, I think I like started practicing this. I'm probably terrible with certain people. Sue me. No, I'm just kidding. But when I like had a friend over or whatever, I was practicing this, but from the other way around, because again, for me, quality time is at the top of my list, but it was saying like for the person who the quality time is at the top of their list when they're talking, these are things that could help you. But I actually practiced it the other way around. Like I was just listening. Honestly, anytime a man opens up to you, all ears, baby. Like I don't even got too much to say because when do I go get this again? I don't know. I like you can hear my whole autobiography for forever and a day. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get yours. So like I was practicing the listening, like actively listening, because it makes it more intimate. Again, like especially in the Black community, our men, baby, when you get them to open up, take it and run with it, baby. Like, take it and run with it. And, like, don't try to overstep or try to overtalk. Because, again, like, us as being women, we're going to be able to tell our story 365 days of the year if they want to listen. And if you got a really good partner, he gonna sit there and be really interested. Like, dang, like you for real, like he gonna really try to give you that attention. So it's like when you do have their time of them pouring out to you and stuff like that, like give them that same respect. So I've been practicing that. It's just listening, because I don't need to tell my story. And honestly, my story, like, it's important and stuff, but it's so minuscule to some of the things that a lot of people go through. So it's like, I actually be, like, more than happy to just listen and take it all in. So, the focusing on what they're saying. I don't know if I was leaning in slightly. Probably not. Or maybe I was. I don't know. I was mesmerized, if anything. I don't know. But asking questions and stuff like that. I don't know if they were thoughtful because I don't know. But, trying to keep the conversation going so that it doesn't die out, And then, yeah. I was definitely practicing those things. So those things definitely help. Again, that deepens or creates the intimacy, because it shows that you actually care about what the other person is talking about. Like, it's one thing for you to just be sitting there like, but you thinking about something completely different. But being actively engaged and showing that you're paying attention, that you care about what the person is saying, is a great way to deepen that quality time. And that's what we want to do. So give that eye contact ask those thoughtful questions and keep it pushing. But yeah, so those are two things. The next one is set limits on technology. It's crazy because I low-key feel like we did all this. I ain't even gonna hold you, because turned off phones and everything. Like, it was literally just us locked in. No TV was on, no phones are on. It was like us locked in. So like that really does help, because you don't have the distractions there. Like, there was nobody texting, there was no TV talking, there was nothing in the way of us just listening to each other and being able to ask those deeper questions and make that eye contact and everything like that. So I definitely agree with the technology, putting it to the side, because it definitely can deepen things. I think that that would kind of be the first step, and then you go to the eye contact, then you go to the active listening. But honestly, limiting technology is really helpful. Like, just like if you practice like one date night, whether it's out or it's in, regardless, just either leave the phones in the car if you're going to dinner or whatever, or put the phones, turn the phones off, or put them in another room, and see how deep you can actually take the conversation. And one thing to note is, if you can't take that conversation deeper, or if it just bug you that you can't be on your phone or be distracted in some way, is that really the person for you? Because to constantly get to know somebody is so interesting if you really care about that person. But if you don't give a damn, like, yeah, you putting away your phone, but you sitting here thinking about, dang, I wonder, like, if somebody don't like my post on Instagram, or I wonder if somebody, but it's just like, is that the person for you? Because the person for you is gonna keep you locked in. Like, you're gonna be like, and what else? And what else happened? Okay. Like, you just gonna be locked in. So it's like, I like that one. So the next one is focus on quality, not quantity. So it says, when it comes to quality time, it's not about the amount of time you spend together, but instead the quality of your interactions that count. So with much excuse me and with so much going on in your life, carving out a few minutes for a meaningful and uninterrupted conversation can be a wonderful way to show the person you love that you care. The key is that you take the time to enjoy one another's company, even if it is just sitting on the couch enjoying a cup of coffee before work. Remember, it's not about the quantity of time you spend together, but rather the quality. So that's kind of what I explained last week. Like, I do understand people are busy. Like, and like I said, I'm trying to be a kept woman, so my man need to be busy. Even my friends, birds of a feather flock together. I need them to be busy too. So it's like, I understand that we're not going to have hours on hours on hours on hours to spend or talk to each other. But when we do get that time together to just be in each other's presence, I need it to be quality. Like, I need either undivided attention, or we need to be doing something to where we're having that intimacy. Because if we're not being intimate, then what's the point? And don't think that intimacy is really only physical. And I think that's what we do a lot of times, is we automatically correlate intimacy to physical. And it's like, no, you could be intimate with friends. You could be intimate with family. Intimacy is so much more than just physical. Now, you could be physically intimate with your partner. You can't really be physically intimate with anybody else. But it's not something that's just reserved for your partner. And honestly, every time that you're with somebody, you should be striving for intimate moments, because those are what stay within your long-term memory, is those intimate moments. The things that I remember most from people that I like had fun with or hung out with or, had fun with, is because it was like intimate moments. If it wasn't intimate, I probably don't even think I remember it. But those intimate moments stayed in my long-term memory, so I can always think back to those. And that should be what your quality time is, showing or partaking in. I don't, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But that should be what your is exhibiting. There we go. That's what your quality time should be exhibiting, is, that intimacy with whomever that may be that you love. And then if it's with your significant other, add a little physical touch, whatever. Hey, just because one is at the top don't mean we can't do the other ones. So okay, so the next one is make a plan. So this one says, while it never hurts to be spontaneous, planning to do something together can be just as fun and exciting as a last-minute dinner or movie, especially for a quality time partner. It's often too easy for couples to get in a rut after they have been together for a while. Instead of settling for the same old, try making plans. Taking steps to initiate quality time will mean a lot to your partner. Plus, the anticipation of spending time together will really speak love to them. It doesn't matter what you do, just plan something different. A few suggestions: try the new restaurant in town, schedule a bike ride on a Saturday morning, plan a leisurely walk along the riverbank after work, which I actually really like. I don't think I really get people that, well, I don't I don't know when the last time, let's say that, that I had somebody to really plan anything for me. Like, it usually be spur of the moment. And it's like, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But to plan something out in advance, to actually put forth the effort, like, hey, next week Friday, you're free? I'm free. Let's go out and do this. Like, or, like they said, try a new restaurant together. Baby, I love to eat. Mama is thick. So let's try a new restaurant together. Let's go eat some food together. Or, even that walk, I'm in Florida, baby, so we got beaches. And early in the morning, we could go walk and watch the sunrise or something like that. Or in the afternoon, go walk and watch the sunset. Like, things like that. Like, we can always plan, but I think that planning thing is really cool. Spontaneity, though, is really, it's a thing. Like, people really like that. Honestly, I think I'm good with either or, because I grew up to where we randomly took trips to Orlando, because I'm in Tampa area. So we randomly took trips to Orlando like all the time. So spontaneity is like my middle name a little bit. So I don't mind either or. I just think with the planning, you get a idea that they're thinking about you. Versus with the spontaneity, you kind of got to wait for it, for them to spring it up on you that they just thinking about you. But with the planning, you actually know, oh, you thinking about me, or your friends. But I'm gonna keep it relationship wise, y'all. Like, you think about me. But yeah, so planning, that's great. The next one, develop a routine. I would have just imagined that it's like planning something that you can do weekly or bi-weekly, or having like that set time for you to do something. Like, if I know I could look forward to talking to you every Tuesday or every Saturday, baby, I'm gonna be so happy every Saturday when it come around time to talk to you. So it's like, making those routines definitely are like really great, especially for those people who are married with children and stuff like that. Sometimes like time can get away from you, so having a routine set in place to where, okay, we know like every Saturday kids gotta go with Grams and we gotta go out, like, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's like you really put forth the effort to get that intimacy and get that quality time in. Or friends, like when everybody moves away because they're getting married and having families, having that maybe quarterly trip that we know every 3 months we gonna be in a new country, like, and so you have something to look forward to. So it's like setting those routines is definitely helpful and a great way to stay connected. Be present and available. I would just imagine that this is kind of like the stuff before. It's just like, give me your undivided attention. Like, don't place your energy anywhere else. Like, when you with me, give me you. Because I can't have you 24/7. I mean, though I would love to, I can't have you 24/7. So when you are here, give me you, give me all of you. Be present, be attentive, be here. Yeah. So it's like that being present and available is definitely a helpful way. Stay in the moment. That's another thing too. Cuz a lot of the times, especially honestly, luckily I did not get ahead of myself while the person was here. Now once they left, that was a little different. But while they were here, I was able to stay in the moment. Like, before, I had so many questions, so many concerns, and everything of that nature. Like, oh, when he get here, I'm gonna be able to ask this, that, and he got here, and I really just didn't even care. Like, I didn't even bring up none of the stuff, like none of that. Like, I really just enjoyed the moment. I stayed in the moment. I didn't think about what was happening after he left or what was happening, before he got here. Like, it was literally like, you're in this moment, enjoy it, because you never know when it may come around again. So you got to stay within the moment and cherish it. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't think about the past. Like, literally enjoy the present, because the past is gone. Future, we don't even know when it's coming. So it's just like, enjoy the moment, be present, like, stay within that positivity, because again, you just never know when you may get that opportunity again. And the last thing you would want, and that's even outside of like a relationship or like the opposite sex, you never know when you're gonna get this opportunity with this person ever again. So really enjoy the moment. Like, bring you to this thing. Now, if you is negative right now, stay at home. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But when you are around people, do try to stay within the whatever positivity you can get from out of that, because you never know when you're gonna see them again. Like, all of the stuff that might have went wrong the other day, who cares? Like, you're in front of me and you're making me smile and laugh. Like, I don't even care. Now, if when you get in front of me, you do the same shit that you did last time and now I gotta bring it up, that's a different thing. Like, you gotta have that conversation. But if you got in an argument 3 days ago, when you set aside this quality time, like, leave that argument 3 days ago. Like, and don't be trying to figure out when we go talk about this in the future. Like, stay within the moment, because you never know when you're gonna get it again. So stay within the moment. Don't be worried about the past. Don't be worried about the future. Stay in the present, please. Thanks. So the next one is get creative. Get creative, dudes. No, I'm just kidding. I get creative too. I actually definitely want to get creative with somebody again. Like, I am really that person where I'm trying to figure out how to do different things, I'm always trying to figure, because like I said, I'm a lover girl. I'm always trying to figure out some stuff. So getting creative is like, I'm literally trying to figure out, okay, what's things that we could do in the area that's a little different. So it's like, I'm always trying to come up with different ways, because just sitting inside watching TV is cool, because I'm a binge watcher at heart, so it's cool. But it's like, I don't want to do that all the time. Like, whether it be getting like a deck of cards, like the little question cards, and doing that, or the sexy cards, but or doing that, like, it's just coming up with new ideas so that you're not stuck in the same old cycle, just doing the same thing over and over and over again, because that's gonna get like boring. And as long as you wake up, you really got an opportunity to do something new. Like, even if you did it with somebody else, you could do it with this person because they haven't experienced it with you. Shit, recycle. Some people be like, oh, I don't want to do that if you done did it with somebody else. I don't give a damn. Let's go, let's get it. Because I bet you that the only thing you gonna remember is that you did it with me. You ain't even gonna remember the past. You gonna just remember that you did it with me. Because we finna have a ball. So it's like, come up with new things. Like, it don't gotta be completely new. It could be recycled. But getting creative, thinking outside the box. Like, and it doesn't always require money. Like, honestly, you can write down questions. You can make your own little board game. Like, you could be frugal and be creative if you really care enough. Because a lot of people might think creative and equate that to money, like a new way to spend money. Like, nah, big dog, let's go for a picnic. That's cheap. We probably already got the food in the house anyways. Put that bitch in a basket and bring a blanket. That's creative. Like, going to maybe like Marshalls and getting like, is it Marshalls or Michaels? One of the M's. Going there and getting like the little easels and we can paint and stuff. Like, you paint me, I paint you. Like, get creative. Cause the shit is limitless if you really wanna do something different and not be doing the same thing over and over again. So, lastly, what I will read from the quality time is common mistakes to avoid, y'all. And I kind of fell in these pitfalls before previously, and I'll tell you about it, but I'm going to read first. So it says, at times, it can be hard to communicate love to your partner through quality time, especially if it is not your primary love language. But you will eventually get the hang of it. The key is to avoid a few of these common mistakes. So it's, don't complain about the time you spend together. Resist the urge to do something else while your partner is talking. Don't view your quality time partner as needy. Keep your technology stowed away when you have time planned together. Don't forget to ask what your partner needs in order to feel loved. So it's crazy because it mostly talks about like from the outsider coming in. So the one who's like love language might not be quality time. I feel like it's talking to these people, but I'm gonna talk from the space of like, this is my top and what I do in these times. Like, I remember some time back I would complain about the time spent together, like, and it probably was because I didn't know how to communicate effectively yet, but I'm working on it and we're getting better and we're communicating what we need in life or stuff like that. But I would complain. Like, instead of saying that I needed quality time, I would just complain that you weren't giving me quality time, but I never said anything. I wanted you to read my mind because you are great at it. But but yeah, I wanted you to be a psychic and know the future, or I don't know. But it's like, honestly, you have to communicate to people that this is not quality time, this is just time together. Some people really don't know what quality time really looks like. And if you have somebody who is like, well, we were sitting in a house together, like, you was right next to me while we was watching TV, like, you have to figure out a way to communicate that that wasn't quality. That was just us being in each other's presence. Like, that wasn't us being intimate. Like I said, intimacy is important. That wasn't us being intimate. That wasn't us, like, going deeper. That was just us being here. Like, that's when you married, you can do that type shit. But when you're dating or you don't get to see this person as much, like, that's not gonna do it. Like, that's not gonna be your feel. So instead of complaining about it, you have to learn how to communicate, like, that wasn't enough for me. And I can tell you the ways in which we can make this deeper. And if you have somebody that cares, they're going to do that. And if you have somebody that don't, they're going to gaslight. And when they gaslight, deuces. So yeah, and then I actually appreciate the don't view your quality time partner as needy, because I think a lot of times like people think that when you want to spend time with people, like you're clingy or you're, and I mean like it can feel that way, but it's just like, no, I just like being in your presence, or I like the physicalness of like our interactions. And it's like, I would hope that you don't think it's needy. And it's like, I know how to work with somebody and compromise and not be so overly doing the most. But it's like, don't view me as doing the most either. Like, if I'm going to meet you halfway, you meet me there as well. So don't view me as needy, because I need you to be in my space. I just need you to be in my space. So yeah. So yeah, those are some of the common mistakes to avoid. And I think it's, again, something to think about on both sides, because both sides could possibly fall into those things, to where if you are the quality time person and you're not, communicating what you need, how can the other person give you what you need? So communicate, and then when they communicate to you or your partner or whatever, it's like, be receptive of whatever they're telling you. So that's gonna be quality time. Let's go to gifts. So y'all, like I mentioned last week, y'all know I don't give a good goddamn about gifts unless it says Dejanay. Like, and if you don't know what that, yeah, go check it out in the last week. But yeah, like the gifts really have to say Dejanay. Like, it would have had to been like you taking the time to think about what I might have mentioned, or said I wanted, or not even said I wanted, but said, like, if I was just talking about something, you was like, oh, I can turn this into a gift and she'll appreciate me, like, for that. So it's like, those are the type of gifts that I want. I know some other people just be like, just give me whatever, like, and it's like, don't give me whatever. Like, I'm not a purse girl. I'm not carrying them. Like, maybe when I become a mama, I might be, and I don't know about that, baby back. But I'm not a purse girl. I'm not a jewelry girl. I'm not none of that. Nah, I'm a clothes girl. You can close me down, baby. But it's like learn what I am and then buy gifts that way. Or learn, like, listen to what I'm saying and get me gifts that way. But you don't have to blow a bag. I'm not materialistic like that. You can do something simple and cute. Honestly, you could go get a card from the store and write a little message in there, and that'll make my heart melt before going to go get an expensive ass gift. Like, I'm really not on that expensive stuff. Like, simple is better. But let's go through this a little bit. So it says here, like, it's the thought that counts. And again, like I mentioned before, like, if you do get me something, I'm not gonna blatantly, well, I don't know, it depends on the day. You might get a blatantly disrespectful response, but I'm not gonna be disrespectful. Now, once you give it to me and you leave, I'm be like, who the fuck they thought they was getting this for? Like, but I'm gonna try my best not to make you feel like that. But it's just like, it, to me, it's not the thought that counts, if we're being honest. But that's just to me. To other people, they may wholeheartedly feel like that. To me, again, the thought that count was like, you seen this and you thought Dejanay. That was the thought that counts. Not you was just like, oh, let me get her some flowers. I'm not a flowers girl. Like, if it's something I gotta maintain, like, baby, they gonna be dead in a week. Like, you give me the infinity flower things, the ones that don't die. But I'm just not that girl. And I won't ever be that girl. So you don't be cliche and get me the flowers and the chocolates. And, well, you can give me a little Kit Kat here and there. I'm not mad at a little Kit Kat. We ain't never mad at a little Kit Kat. But but yeah, I'm not your typical flowers girl. I'm not your purse girl. I'm not your jewelry girl. Don't give me that. Don't do that. Or I'm gonna, like, look at you like, thank you, and then roll my eyes. But but again, it's like I would show appreciativeness, but in the back of my head, I'm gonna be like, okay, do you even know me? That's where my mind's gonna go. Like when you get stuff like that that don't scream Dejanay, I'd be like, do you know me? Because now you're just getting shit just to get it. And it's like, what's the point? Like that's money that could be spent towards food. Cause I'm fat. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like that could be towards something else. Like, don't waste money. Get stuff you know that I'm gonna like. And that's how you should be moving with the people in your life as well. Like if you're gonna be giving gifts or if you want to receive gifts, let people know like don't just give me anything. Like if you're like me and you need that shit to scream whatever your name is, let them know that so that they're not out here just spending money and then you don't seem like the unappreciative ass person every time you get a gift. Cause it's like I don't want to seem unappreciative every time I get something, but it's like if that bitch don't scream Dejanay, you can leave it at the store. So it's like, yeah. The next thing I will say is like gifting experiences is better than giving material items. I can agree with that. Like I said last week when it was like it's more meaningful if you get an exciting gift, and I was like, what is an exciting gift? And I was like, oh, maybe if I get to go on a trip with somebody, like that would be fire. Like if you gift me with an experience, because now that turns into what? Quality time. And then we can lead to physical touch and all that good stuff. So it's like I would rather that than just something tangible that, and 9 times out of 10 I ain't gonna use that much. So it's like, give me with an experience. Let's go rock climbing. Let's go on a boat, take a cruise, fly across the world, go see a different country, continent, whatever. Give me with, let's go hot air balloon ride over the pyramids in Egypt. I don't know. But it's like, gifting me with an experience would be so much better than gifting me with a gift. Like, like, I'm really not a gift person, y'all. I promise you I'm not. So it's like, give me with an experience before you give me with a gift. So I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly. I really like those sentiments. Give from the heart. I am the type of person where I'm so thoughtful and thinking about other people that I don't even be thinking about getting anything back in return. Like, I really don't. Like, I move so quick, I don't even have time to think about getting something back in return. Like, if I see something that screams, put a name there, like mommy or whatever, like I'm just gonna jump at it. Like I'm not gonna be like, okay, wait, damn, do I only want to get that for them, like so that they can give me something back in return? Or like I'm not thinking about that, because that's the type of gift giver I am. So if you're giving me a gift, please come with that same energy. Don't expect nothing back. But I'm the type of person where if you give me something, baby, I'm going to give you something back. Like, if I care about you enough and I love you enough, I'm going to be thinking about what I can get for you. Again, if it screams whatever your name is, I'm going to be getting it. Because there's no bone in my body that's just like, you got to give me something back if I get it for you, or I can't get it. And I would love that same energy in return. That's why I never really had those like experiences where somebody gave me something and they were just looking for something back. Cause I'm the type of person where you was gonna be looking till I died, baby. Like you was just gonna be looking, searching on the journey. Like I didn't know when you were gonna get anything back. So it's like, do give from your heart. And like I've heard this saying, only give out what you are not going to miss or you're not going to need or whatever. And that's what gifts, money, whatever, time, everything. Only give out what is expendable. Like if your cup is overflowing, only give out the overflow. Don't give out what's in the cup. Only give out the overflow. Because if I ain't got nothing overflowing at the moment, you ain't going to get shit. So it's like, give from the heart, or don't give it to me at all. Because I'm not that type of person. When I give from the heart. I don't ever look for anything back in. Now, again, when it screamed Dejanay, I expect you to be doing that for me, because it just shows that you're paying attention. You don't have to give me gifts 24/7, but when you do come across something that screams Dejanay and you give it to me, I'm gonna be so happy. And don't think that you're gonna be able to just get away with the fact that I don't be thinking about it 24/7. Like, I like to, like I said last week, my shit was not 0. It was 13. So I like to receive gifts as well. So it's like, if I give you something, at some point, think enough about me to give me something back in return. It ain't gotta be big, it ain't gotta be fancy, but if it screams Dejanay, give it to me. So I like that one. It's better to give than to receive. I agree. Like, I wholeheartedly agree. I don't really care about receiving, but I do care 13%. So 13% I care. But it's like, I really do like giving. Like, I'm the type of person where if you say something and it sticks in my brain, I'm gonna go get it. Like, I'm just that person. Like, you tell me you ain't got clothes, every time I come across clothes, I'm gonna be thinking about you. You tell me you ain't got this, every time I see that, I'm gonna be thinking about you. So it's like, I'm that type of person where I love giving. And I like to receive 13%, so don't forget about it. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm going to end that off right there. It's just a few things to kind of think about when giving gifts. And I'm sure a lot of people are like me in that if it don't scream my name, don't give it to me. But there are some people who just like receiving gifts and don't really care what the gift is. They just like to receive it. So if you don't want to keep up with the gift giving, analyze who you date. That, I feel like love language quizzes should be something that you do on a first date with your significant other or potential significant other or whatever, because you need to know what monster you dealing with. If you're not a gift giver, you don't want to get with a gift receiver. Like, you want to be with somebody who kind of aligns with what you are willing to put out. So take your quiz and make sure that if you're not a gift giver, you're not getting with somebody who values gifts as a love language, because it's not going to mesh. I still, again, think that most people operate in that, give me something that's sentimental, give me something that means something, give me something that when I look at it, I just can't help but to smile because you really thought enough about me to get me that. That's the way that you should be giving gifts, is to leave a lasting impression in somebody's mind. Not just getting the gift for the sake of getting the gift. Leave that shit in the stove if that's the case. Don't even waste your money. Especially with me. Don't waste your money, baby. Because I ain't never gonna use it. You ain't never gonna see me with it. It's probably gonna be in the closet somewhere, not being used, collecting dust. So save your money dealing with me. But that's where I'm gonna end this off, y'all. So next week I'm gonna be going over the middle 3: acts of service, physical touch, and affirmations. And we're gonna be taking a deeper dive into how you can get those things and receive those things. Oh, before I even close this out, I didn't talk about how you could do this stuff with yourself, because that's what we talk about, self-love and stuff. Honestly, go back and listen, and you can do all that stuff with yourself. I don't want to make it longer than what it need to be, because honestly, all the stuff that I presented is stuff you can do with yourself. You can gift yourself with stuff that is meaningful. Like, for me, I would take myself to a restaurant. That's meaningful to me. Like, food is a gift. I like food. I like eating. I would do that for myself. That's probably why I eat out so much. It's because it's a gift to myself. But yeah, anything that I mentioned previously, do those things with yourself. Put the phone away. Get to know yourself. Get questions that you could just answer, or, quality time. When I wake up in the morning, shout out to Mary J. I go in that bathroom and I be like, good morning, gorgeous. And I look dead in my eyes and we just be smiling and everything. Like, quality time is something that you don't have to just wait for somebody else to give you. You could do that with yourself. And everything that I mentioned previously, you can give that to yourself. So figure out how to do that for yourself until you have other people in your life that can come do these things. In the same way, receiving gifts. If you like receiving flowers, baby, call a bouquet person and send out little messages or leave them little messages so they can send it to your house. And when you get home off of work, you be like, oh, who left me flowers? Oh, thank you, girl. Like, surprise yourself. Like, it's easy. Amazon, say it's a gift and send it to yourself and leave your note. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the ways that you could do it too. So now we're closing this out. Tune in next week. We're going to be going over those last three a little deeper and getting a little physical touch. Gonna be fun. But but yeah, I'll see y'all next week, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Tune in, listen on Spotify, Apple Music, or watch me on YouTube. Subscribe and add me to your playlist or whatever the case may be. But check me out. And I'm on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. Talk your shit. Check me out, y'all. But yeah, I'll see y'all next week. Bye.